Long ago, in the ancient land of Sumer, there stood a powerful city called Kish. Its walls were tall, its gates were strong. Merchants filled the markets, and temples rose toward the sky. And in this city ruled a king named Etana. Etana was respected. He protected his people and kept peace in the land. To the outside world, the king seemed to have everything: power, respect, and a strong kingdom. But there was one thing Etana did not have: a child. And the journey he would take to change this would lead him higher than any human had ever gone. In those days, a king without an heir faced a frightening future. If Etana died without a son or daughter, the royal line would end. Who would rule Kish? Would powerful families fight for the throne? Would the kingdom fall into chaos? These thoughts slowly filled the king's mind. During the day, Etana ruled his city. But at night, when the palace grew quiet, he often walked alone on the palace roof. Above him were the endless stars. Below him was the sleeping city. And sometimes he whispered a question into the darkness. Will my name disappear when I die? The fear was not about death alone. It was about being forgotten. Far from the city, deep in the wild hills, another story was unfolding. High in a tall tree lived an eagle and a snake. At first, they were friends. They made an agreement. The eagle would hunt in the sky, the snake would hunt on the ground. Neither would harm the other's children. For a time, the agreement worked. But one day, the eagle grew greedy. While the snake was away, the eagle flew down into the snake's nest, and he ate the young snakes. When the snake returned and saw what had happened, anger burned inside him. But he did not attack immediately. Instead, he waited, and he made a careful plan. One day, the snake hid inside the body of a dead animal. When the eagle came down to eat, the snake struck quickly. He grabbed the eagle with all his strength. The snake dragged the eagle to a deep pit in the earth, and there he left him. The once powerful eagle was trapped. Day after day, the eagle cried out for help, but the land around him was empty. No one heard his voice. At least, not at first. One afternoon, King Etana was walking outside the city walls. His mind was heavy with worry. Then suddenly, he heard something strange, a weak voice calling for help. Etana followed the sound across the land until he found the deep pit. Inside, he saw the eagle. The great bird looked thin and weak. "Help me!" the eagle cried. Etana looked down carefully. "What happened to you?" the king asked. The eagle told the truth. "I broke a promise," he said. "I harmed the snake's children. Now I am punished." Etana thought for a moment. The eagle had done wrong, but leaving him to die felt cruel. So the king decided to help. He lowered ropes into the pit. Slowly, with great effort, he pulled the eagle back to the surface. The eagle spread his wings under the sun again. Freedom had returned. Then the eagle looked at Etana. "You saved my life," the eagle said, "and now I will help you." The king was curious. How can a bird help a king? The eagle replied quietly, "I can carry you to the heavens. There grows a sacred plant, the plant of birth. It has the power to help you have a child." Etana's heart began to beat faster. Could this finally be the answer? Soon the day arrived. Etana climbed onto the eagle's back. The great bird spread his wings, and together they rose into the sky. Higher and higher they flew. At first, the king felt excitement. The wind rushed past him. The land stretched wide beneath them. But as they climbed higher, something unexpected began to happen. The world below slowly changed. The rivers looked like thin, silver lines. The fields became tiny patches of green. The houses of Kish looked no bigger than stones. Etana held tightly to the eagle's feathers. The eagle asked him, "Look down, King Etana. What do you see?" Etana looked carefully. "The land looks like a garden," he said, "and the sea looks like a bowl of water." The eagle climbed higher. The sky grew wider. The wind grew stronger. Again the eagle asked, "What do you see now?" Etana looked down once more. "The sea now looks like a small pond," he said, "and the land looks like a tiny field." The eagle continued climbing. Now the earth was very far away. Clouds surrounded them. The sky felt endless. And suddenly, Etana felt something he had not expected. Fear. A deep, shaking fear. His mind began to imagine the fall. The long drop back to the earth. His hands trembled. His heart pounded. "Stop!" Etana cried. "I am afraid! Please, take me back!" The eagle heard the fear in the king's voice. Slowly, he turned, and they began the long descent back to the earth. When Etana finally stepped onto the ground again, his legs felt weak. For a long time, he said nothing. He had dreamed of reaching the heavens. But when the moment came, fear had filled his heart. Yet the story does not end there. Some ancient tablets say Etana gathered his courage again. This time, he returned to the sky, higher than before. And at last, he found the sacred plant. Not long after, the king was blessed with a son. The royal line continued. Etana's name did not disappear. But the story of Etana is not only about a king who wanted a child. It is also about something deeply human. Sometimes we believe we are ready for the journey toward our dreams. But when we rise higher than ever before, fear appears. Fear of falling. Fear of failure. Fear of the unknown. Even kings feel this fear. Etana reminds us that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is continuing the journey even when fear rises inside us. And sometimes, that courage can carry us higher than we ever imagined. And if you enjoyed this ancient story, there is another fascinating tale waiting for you. Click the next video on your screen, and I'll see you there.